Alright, here we go. This hand seems pretty reasonable. We have the Neonate for the Sinkweed Imp. We even have the green source for the Splendid Reclamation. I actually had to add a fetch land to this list after testing it because I was just having trouble having green mana. So we can dredge immediately, but we do need to hit more lands. So, we'll start dredging because if we hit Life from the Loam, that's obviously the preferred way to do it. We may have to just draw cards at some point. Our opponent could be playing Scapeshift himself. Alright, so there's no Life from the Loam there. Still no Life from the Loam. So this one we'll just end up drawing cards with. So we can dredge once before we try to draw, because we hit Life from the Loam. We did not. Okay, so we draw. Obviously not a land. Maybe we want a third Life from the Loam. It feels like it's just such an important card. If our next turn we were able to dredge Life from the Loam and cast it, I mean, we'd be on track to win on turn 4. As is, we are not. Alright, well that's a good draw at least. We even have a Faithless Fluting, so if this resolves. Alright, so we want to draw, again, we're going to go 1. No, because next turn we actually want to play the land, so I'm just going to draw. Alright, there's that, so now we can dredge. Alright, discard these duders. Alright, well this is a turn 4 win if our opponent doesn't counter it, which he very well might, but he might not. At least I assume it is, right? There's a Valakut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, most certainly. So, good news is if our opponent does have a counter, we just get to keep on trying. The bad news is he might just kill us. He might just counter it and then untap and kill us. We did have to do 2 damage to ourselves to fall to 18. So that takes a turn off of his clock in terms of a Scapeshift kill. I don't think there's a reason to go deeper, but is there a reason not to? I mean, we want to find a Life from the Loam in the world where somehow this game doesn't just either end right here or end when he kills us with Scapeshift in 2 turns. Don't anticipate that being the case, so I think we're just going to get countered here. Cryptic Command. Cryptic Command. Well, we'll keep trying. Can just try for days. We have a Mystic Retrieval in the graveyard. We have 2 in our hands, so we're just going to keep working on it till we die. We might be dead right now, though. Right? So this is 6. It's 5 mountains. Yep, that would be 18 damage. If he plays that, though, I guess he had lethal, though. Right? Am I wrong? Because he'd get Valakut plus 5. Oh, you have to have at least 5, right? Cute. Oh, yeah, at least so it takes. He did need it. Alright, we're dead. Well, that was kind of dumb. 2 Valakut decks. We have the turn 4 kill. He has the counter spell and the turn 5 kill on top of it. Now he gets the boarding graveyard 8. Feels bad. This is actually fairly good against him. Sometimes, like, if you get above 36, it's hard for them to kill you, but... Crumble to dust, huh? Maybe? Sometimes you can kind of get them. Nature's Claim. Get this in here. The vortexes are very bad. Get the Autumn's Veil in here. And let's figure out where we're at. So do we really want the crumble? Like, it feels like maybe we just draw Boseiju or we Life from the Loam on turn 4, we get to cast this if we don't have the win. And you can really set him back. Sort of. I don't know. Obviously the dream is if he has to play a Naked Valakut and then we get it, but maybe it's not worth the spot. Maybe we just want to try to kill him. Oh, the Lightning X's are actively bad, so let's get rid of those. So maybe we can still play this. Sure. Give it a shot. I mean, we had a turn 4 kill. I mean, it was actually, our hand was sweet, so it was even immune if he, obviously he's playing Scapeshift, but if he was playing a different deck that had discard, I mean, we were actually going to beat that. Well, can't mulligan this one. You can see that we don't have any green mana, which is unfortunate, and a problem I have encountered before. Let's try not to do damage to ourselves this game. I mean, that was kind of the difference there. We had to drop down to 18. I mean, we had to do it because we had the turn 4 kill, but we did pay the price. And now we have a plan. We can find some green mana. We have a plan. Now, do I dredge? I feel like I just have to draw because we have to have a green source to do anything. All right, there's a green source. It's our 4th land. We actually want a 5th, but we do need a dredge, so let's go ahead and dredge here. All right, that's a pretty good start on the dredging. We actually want a 2nd green source so we can Autumn's Veil plus Splendid Reclamation. We will be drawing on our next turn because there's nothing to dredge. Now you may just be able to hit us to 18. Okay, so that can fetch well, it can fetch the other green at some point. Alright, so it's decision time here. We can play the Blood Crypt and play the Stinkweed Imp. I guess that doesn't really do much. We have to have stuff in our graveyard to win. The awkward thing is with the Foothills, so I can at least put off that decision. He's just going to hit us for 19, and we fetch, we're at 18 anyways, but maybe we can control when we go to 18. I'm just going to do this. What we really want is on our next turn to draw like Tormented Voice or something. Tormenting Voice, Neonate, something like that. Dredge, throw away our Stinkweed Imp, dredge into a new one, or dredge into a bunch of lands. Then on our next turn, Autumn's Veil, Splendid Reclamation, and kill him. We will see. He's going, yeah, he's doing the same math we just did and trying to figure it out on his end. Ooh. Yeah, maybe I should have played this. I said, we play this tapped, it gives us our 2nd. Maybe I should have done that. Now we're going to go to 18. On the other hand, it doesn't really matter because we're not like we're exactly... What I'm going to do is play this, fetch for a basic mountain because that means this will come into play untapped and be our other green source. I'm going to cast Mystic Retrieval on Tormenting Voice. This is not a play I've made before, but it seems correct in this instance. I mean, we're going to 18 anyways, but he's still a couple turns away from killing us, so we just want to work on our own game plan here. And our game plan is to... Alright, that resolved. So our game plan is to next turn... so I suspect he'll crack this now that we're at 18. I could have played it slightly differently in that I could have played the Blood Crypt instead of the Stomping Ground and then cast the Stinkweed Imp this turn, but then like doing this to pitch this doesn't do anything even, you know, so we just have to hope that we don't die very soon. Actually, okay, so I guess that means he kills us next turn. Decisions. So we can Neonate. God, this is so rough. We can Neonate because the thing is with the Prismatic Omen, if he plays a 6th land and Scapeshift next turn, we're dead. Right? But yeah, because he'll have the 18 damage, even with that, because the Valakut will count as a mountain. If we go with the normal plan, so like we play this, we pitch the Stinkweed Imp, we have to hit like a bunch of mountains in our graveyard, which doesn't seem likely in the first place. So we'll just stick to the plan. Because we have to get a bunch of dredges off to get him in there, and if he kills us, he kills us. Our hand was so close to, if we'd had a dredger, if our first dredge had hit a dredge, we could have really just gone off and just killed him on this turn by Autumn's Veil to protect our Splendid Reclamation. As is, there's nothing we can do but try to kill him next turn. So if he kills us, we die. We'd be a turn behind, and I'd be surprised if we were to survive here. So he certainly had it all and not played a lot of cards to interact with us. So there's the land. Here comes the Scapeshift. Blue, blue, green, and anything but Scapeshift, I think we win. But he's just floating his mana and casting Scapeshift. Sigh. Just had it all. Just a turn too slow. If we just hit a dredger, we would have got there with protection. Very sad.